Howdy, gang. I'm going to share some secrets and insights to the music business that very few people, if anybody, talk about. And maybe I shouldn't talk about some of these things, but if someone doesn't tell you, you probably aren't going to hear it anywhere. So let's start with this. The amount of money to be made in the music industry today is not what you think. It never was a tremendous amount of money. How can I say that? Okay, well, there's always been like 12 people at the top who are making boatloads of money. And then you have about 100 people below that are making pretty good money, 100 acts. And then everybody in the middle is breaking even, pretty much. And then everyone below that's just losing money, spending money, buying gear, chasing the dream. There's nothing wrong with chasing the dream, but the reason I'm telling you this is if you're getting into the music business, you should be getting into it for one reason and one reason only, and that's love. If you're not doing this because it's more important to you than breathing, don't do it, because you're going to be sorely disappointed. Yes, in my day and today, there's 12 people making boatloads of money, 100 people making good money. Everybody else below that's breaking even, and everybody that's like the middle class is breaking even. Back in my day, the middle class, like I made that video about that, you could make money, but the middle class is breaking even, and everybody below that is losing money. And they're losing money because they're chasing a dream in which there's no money to be made anymore, really below a certain level, because of streaming and because there aren't other opportunities. Yes, there's sync. If you can get through to those people, and you might get lucky. I've gotten lucky a few times, but those people are not easy to reach, right? You can watch all the videos of people telling you how to do it and buy all the courses and pay consultants and whatever. It still is not easy. And if you get lucky, let's say you get one sync. Well, an average one is like $5,000. I mean, you're not the Rolling Stones, so you're not going to get 50 grand or 100 grand. You might get 5 grand. If you're really lucky, you get 10, but that's one shot. And sometimes they want the copyright on it, which I will not give up. If you want to, that's your call. So when I say that you must do it for love, it's because it's catch as catch can, and there's not as many opportunities. In our day, we got paid from being on the radio. We got royalties from sales. Sales are not what they used to be, and formats are changing. I'm hoping there will be a new format soon. There hasn't been a really, really new one in quite some time, and formats sell players, right? So when you went from LPs to CDs, when you went from LPs to 8-tracks or cassettes, every time there's a new format, there's a player to be sold with it, and that's really important. So don't do it for any other reason than love. Speaking of love, and this is going to be dad advice, don't get married unless you're marrying someone who totally understands, appreciates, and is full on in with what it takes to be a creative artist. Again, I know, I don't want to give you this advice, but I feel like I have to. So many of my friends have been married more than once. It's very costly for your retirement, and it's very emotionally costly as well. So it's financially costly, it's emotionally costly, but more importantly, you need someone who's going to be there with you through this journey, through thick and thin, all the way, and is not going to tell you to quit when you don't make it after a certain amount of time, because it will be a long haul. I mean, even back in my day, they were saying Nashville was a 10-year town, right? It takes 10 years. Well, who's going to be with you for 10 years of zero, right? Like, that's pretty hard. You're asking a lot of a partner. So just consider that. And, if you do get married and it doesn't work out, don't jump into the next thing right away. I know I'm not the love doctor here, but I'm talking financially and emotionally as an artist for your longevity. Don't jump into things. Try to focus in on what the job at hand is. And that takes me to my next point. Finances. Invest your money wisely. Save your money. Don't buy every piece of gear or every course of this or every, package deal to make a record, whatever it may be. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not going to make you better. What makes you better is hard work and developing your skills and your craft. And you can make a record with just your voice and your instrument. And if the songs are good enough, people will notice it and they'll want to give you money. Yeah, I know you got to have production to get attention a lot of the times. But you know what? The song is what really matters. So that's what I would want you to focus on. Don't spend your money on chasing the dream. Don't spend it on gear. Don't spend it on consultants and people telling you what to do. No, save your monies. Save your money. And when you save your money, put the same amount of money aside every month. And then when you have a nice little chunk of money, don't touch it. When you have a nice little chunk of money, invest it. Invest it wisely and stay on top of your investments. You know how I can afford to move to London and just pick up and go and have, be able to live in multiple places and do whatever I want to do? Because I saved my money and I invested wisely. And the other thing I would suggest is what Mark Twain said, buy land because God ain't making more of it. Now, I know that's hard to tell young people these days, but again, it's emerging markets, right? You're not going to buy a piece of property in London or even in Nashville proper, in Nashville Central, or any major city and make money these days. But what about the outskirts? What about the places that people go when those cities get too crowded and start to spread? There are opportunities, is all I'm saying. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult, and I know it's not easy. I know mortgage rates are high, which is why I'm saying save your money and look for those opportunities, because 30 years from now, I'll be long gone, but you'll thank me. All right, so that's Big Ed's little advice for the day. Take it or leave it, but that's what's helped me to survive this long. It's just being smart, not falling for stuff, working hard, not overspending. And trust me, I've spent a lot of money in this business, but I put enough aside and invested wisely and didn't listen to stupid people and didn't blow my money on stupid people or chasing too much of the dream that I couldn't execute myself, so that I could take the money I had, invest it, do something with it, and after 30 years, whoa, okay, cool, I got a nice little package that'll last me the rest of my life, which is all I really care about. So take it or leave it. Let me know if you have any questions.